Welcome to Dinar Community, your reliable source for thoroughly verified updates on the Iraqi dinar, economic reforms, and currency valuation news. Today marks a historic milestone in modern currency history. What was once considered mere speculation has now been officially confirmed. After many years of rumors, hopeful forecasts, and occasional leaks about the possible revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, we are witnessing a landmark event. The IQD has officially been revalued, and its updated exchange rate is now active on global Forex trading platforms. This is not a secretive change or a subtle adjustment by regional banks or Iraq's central financial authorities. This is a clear, global, and unmistakable shift visible across all major international currency exchange networks. Bloomberg terminals, Reuters dashboards, and leading brokerage platforms worldwide now display the new valuation. The Forex market, highly sensitive to geopolitical and economic developments, reacted immediately as this long-anticipated update took effect. For those who have followed this currency for over a decade, this moment turns speculation into confirmation and conversation into historic financial reality. The officially confirmed exchange rate for the Iraqi dinar is an astonishing $4.72 per IQD, far surpassing even the most optimistic projections, and placing Iraq in a significantly stronger position on the world financial stage. This unprecedented revaluation elevates Iraq from a previously undervalued, speculative currency to one of the most robust in international markets. The impact of this shift is profound. From fractions of a cent to premium value, the IQD's surge reflects not only economic recovery but also a restoration of national dignity and enhanced geopolitical significance. This new rate acknowledges Iraq's vast natural wealth, especially its oil reserves, and its crucial role in regional commerce and energy distribution. Additionally, the revaluation embodies years of structural reforms that have transformed Iraq's economic and financial systems. Behind the scenes, extensive efforts to modernize monetary frameworks, improve transparency, build foreign reserves, and implement IMF-aligned fiscal policies have all paved the way for this moment. The Iraqi Central Bank, alongside the Ministry of Finance and international partners, has carefully worked to establish the dinar as a globally competitive, stable currency. Now that the new exchange rate is public, this change is causing ripple effects across various markets, from commodities to sovereign reserves. For over 10 years, economists, currency analysts, and investors debated the Iraqi dinar's true value, often arguing its suppressed exchange rate didn't match Iraq's real economic potential. Iraq is a resource-rich country with the fifth-largest proven oil reserves globally and a population eager for modernization. The gap between its economic strength and currency value was largely attributed to prolonged conflict, sanctions, and financial governance challenges. In recent years, Iraq has pursued an ambitious reform agenda, including banking modernization, anti-corruption measures, integration with global financial institutions, and trade infrastructure rebuilding. These reforms have laid the foundation for a revaluation grounded in real economic progress, not speculation. Today's announcement represents more than just a number change, it signals an economic renaissance. With the IQD now valued at $4.72, investors and governments worldwide must rethink Iraq's global role. Currency valuation is a reflection of confidence, and this rate sends a powerful message. Iraq is back on the international financial stage, stronger and more strategically positioned than ever. The news caused an immediate stir in financial markets. Within minutes, digital trading platforms saw a surge in volume. Institutions with IQD reserves reviewed their holdings, and analysts worldwide began updating forecasts. This was not a quiet update, it triggered a broad market reaction. Forex brokers reported record trading activity, with demand for IQD rising sharply in the first hour. Governments and central banks holding Iraqi dinars began internal assessments to understand the impact on their financial reports. Private investors who have held IQD for years during uncertain times quickly engaged their financial institutions. Some banks temporarily slowed transactions to update systems, while others paused trading briefly to manage speculative risks. Oil markets also responded, with price movements reflecting Iraq's stronger currency and potential changes in regional supply contracts. This revaluation extends beyond finance, it is a geopolitical event. Countries are reassessing trade terms and partnerships with Iraq, a key player in Middle Eastern and global economies. This revaluation is rooted in more than oil wealth or political shifts. It represents deep economic restructuring, international collaboration, and a clear vision from Iraqi leadership to restore the country's place in global commerce. Over years, Iraq has restructured its economic framework to meet international standards, expanding foreign currency reserves, signing long-term oil deals with global majors, diversifying energy exports, and integrating with institutions like the IMF and World Bank. The government introduced transparency laws and digitized central bank functions, such as real-time reserve tracking and cross-border financial reporting, boosting investor confidence. Iraq also increased its gold reserves, stabilized interest rates, and reduced foreign debt exposure, all factors contributing to today's valuation. The $4.72 rate is not arbitrary but a carefully calculated figure reflecting Iraq's full economic turnaround. It positions Iraq as a regional anchor and an emerging investment hub. For policymakers, this confirms the success of Iraq's economic plans and shows that patient, disciplined reforms deliver transformative results. This revaluation is more than financial, it redefines national identity and brings overdue global recognition. For holders of IQD, whether institutional investors, sovereign wealth funds, or individuals, the long wait has ended. After years of misinformation, false rumors, and instability, those who believed in Iraq's potential are finally rewarded. Whether invested since the Iraq War aftermath, the 2008 financial crisis, the fight against ISIS, or the recent pandemic, today confirms those hopes were justified. The revaluation sends a clear message to the world. Iraq is resource-rich, fiscally responsible, and strategically sound. This milestone rewards not just speculative investors but all who believed in Iraq's capacity to reform, govern, and grow. Going forward, the IQD's new status will influence foreign policy, capital flows, and regional alliances. Iraq's revaluation symbolizes national resilience and a new phase of global economic integration. Behind the scenes, high-level confidential discussions over the past 3 weeks between Iraq's leadership and international financial experts shaped this historic roadmap. Led by Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani and senior central bank officials, these talks involved Western financial regulators, international advisors, and representatives from monetary institutions across Europe and North America. These negotiations were transformative, a coordinated effort to align Iraq's economic policies with global standards. Sources reveal the talks focused on rate stabilization, liquidity management, reserve compliance, and digital banking infrastructure. Bilateral agreements with key Western countries ensured smooth adoption of the new rate in their Forex systems and economic safeguards during the transition. Consensus was reached on both the valuation and implementation terms. Support from major global financial players confirms this revaluation as a coordinated international transition, not an isolated national move. The $4.72 figure reflects a comprehensive financial model factoring in GDP, oil revenue, foreign reserves, trade trends, and Iraq's low debt-to-GDP ratio. Inflation controls and regulatory reforms were also crucial. Insiders say initial models suggested rates as high as $586 per IQD, with some forecasts exceeding 6.0. But Iraq chose a stable, conservative rate to build lasting trust and avoid volatility. The aim was confidence, not chaos, recalibration, not inflation. Central bank leaders stress this as a phased strategy where credibility and consistency will lead to further economic milestones. Iraq is thinking long-term, guided by prudence and expert consultation. This moment fits into a broader global context, a worldwide currency realignment reshaping how value is exchanged across borders. As BRICS nations push alternatives to the US dollar, Iraq's revaluation asserts its sovereignty and economic ambitions. Simultaneously, blockchain finance, digital currencies, and cross-border trade reforms create a more flexible financial environment where Iraq can thrive. The decision to publicly revalue the dinar is not just a national strategy, it signals Iraq's active role in the future of global finance. Iraq no longer reacts to external forces but leads with financial maturity, digital integration, and independent planning. With renewed credibility, Iraq positions itself as a partner to emerging alliances and a contributor to institutions like the IMF and World Bank. This alignment gives the dinar a clear international identity, based on verified performance, reserve confidence, and sovereign stability. The Iraqi dinar has officially moved from speculative status to a globally recognized, institutionally supported currency with defined international standing. This change is already impacting central banks, trade desks, and financial governance worldwide. The dinar was once seen as risky and fringe, but that era has ended. The IQD now holds parity among major currencies due to Iraq's economic strength. Sovereign wealth funds are actively rebalancing IQD holdings, while institutional investors reassess the dinar as a potential hedge against dollar dominance. The successful revaluation also shifts geopolitical dynamics. Energy, agriculture, and technology trading partners now see Iraq as stable and financially predictable. Retail currency traders no longer guess but transact with verified data. This new identity opens doors for foreign investment and fintech partnerships. The speculative chapter is over. IQD is now a mainstream global currency. In our next segment, we will provide a detailed breakdown of what this historic event means for all IQD holders, institutions, retail, digital, and physical. We'll explain exchange processes, bank timelines, and reactions from U.S. and global financial institutions. Expect clear guidance on documentation, compliance, and updated KYC requirements across exchange centers and banks. We'll also cover how banking infrastructure is adapting for potential waves of IQD redemptions and account conversions. Special focus will be on digital wallets and blockchain platforms integrating the new rate, along with protective advice to avoid scams and unauthorized dealers during this transition. For physical IQD holders, we'll guide you through safe exchange practices, certified locations, and tax and financial planning considerations as your portfolio value changes. Digital holders will get breakdowns of verification tools, regulatory checklists, and e-banking integration protocols. Stay tuned. Our upcoming video and full report will equip you with the facts, tools, and strategies for thriving in this new financial era. Like and subscribe for more videos.